What is going on, everyone? Today, I just wanted to recap and share with you updates regarding the Federal Reserve updates from Powell, as well as sharing with you stock news updates with a company that's in the electric vehicle space. Now, if you're new to this channel, I'd really appreciate you hitting the like and subscribing to alliseeisW, where we talk about value add stocks to gain on positive proceeds and to lead with an altruistic mindset. Now, just based on today's news, right? S&P Dow Jones was just fluctuating well before the Powell news, but what really came out from that update is that we're having a strong market when it comes to just jobs. I know that we've heard a number of companies, whether it's Microsoft, Google, you name it, there's just been job cuts, leaning out the workforce, right, at about 5 to 15%, including in the small companies. So most companies are leaning out right now, but why are we beginning to see an increase in jobs with the reduction in unemployment rate in just the data from January? This is all just based on news, and this really is an indicator for a potential bullish market, right? And what Jim Cramer is saying, as well as other financial analysts, is that we're doing well while we see 2022 in hindsight losing at about 18% from the Dow Jones S&P. We're up for the year by about 7%, so that's a remaining 12%. So the question is, will we be able to maintain this bullish market based on just where we see the data right now? It's looking like we're in the territory for disinflation, right? There's plans to bring down the inflation, right? And it's looking stable in terms of the economy, just growing, in the month of January. And the question is whether we'd be able to maintain that bullish run pattern. Just from the looks of it, with the Federal Reserve, increasing the federal funds rate by about 0.25%, that's much different than raising it by like 0.75% or 0.5% based on what we've seen before. So this is looking very positive, right? And most investors are beginning to see that we're well in control of the market. It's stabilizing, not like how we saw it last year. And overall, whenever we encounter a recession, it takes about a year and a half on average for things to start becoming a bullish run. And we've gone beyond about a year already, and things are looking pretty good, at least for the year 2023. Now, will we see a double dip? While that's a possibility at a percent of like 25 to 30%, the majority shows that it's favoring a bullish market in what we're seeing right now. So this is looking very positive, right? 2023 may be a year to gain back on positive proceeds from how things were bleeding out during the year. And this is why sectors like the electric vehicle space, I'm going to share with you the company that I wanted to share with you. This is Mullen Automotive, ticker MULN. Now, I'll share with you my price forecast as well as sharing with you a source data. So let's deep dive into what I wanted to share with you. Now, here we're looking at Mullen Automotive here. So the ticker goes by MULN. Currently, it's at 41 cents. At the end of December, it was hovering at like 18 cents at one point. Year to date, it's gone up by about 30% already. So this is looking very positive. As we zoom out on a 5-year range, back in 2020, MULN was hovering at like $16, right? And then it dropped all the way down to $6, and it ran back up into the double-digit share price range. Since then, 2021 up through 2022, it's been just bleeding out, as you can see here, right? I mean, it's hovering below 30 cents. It's gone down all the way to like 18 cents. And it was up until just recently, a few weeks in January, where now it's been consolidating. Let's zoom into like a 1 month trajectory here. So it's picking up ground here and it's consolidating quite well. And I believe that we've seen the basement low already, and we won't necessarily see it reach like the 18 cents or anything like that. And I foresee that it can run up to its prior resistance. Let's say if you're new to Mullen, this is a great opportunity to consider investing. And please make sure when you do invest, do your research, right? And take my information as guidance only, right? Zooming out here, the company's down by like 93%, right? Once it goes up, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? Then you gain on huge positive proceeds. Just keep it very simple, right? You buy low and you sell high. Now, when we look at just overall, just news around Mullen Automotive stock, I wanted to share with you news from just the NASDAQ source article. What we know is Mullen Automotive does not intend to do a reverse stock split, right? In order to stay in the NASDAQ market, you ultimately would have to be like above the $1 threshold range to continue being in the NASDAQ market. And in addition to that, with the news where it's partnered up with an aviation company to focus on expanding its initiatives with going electric in the areas of like LAX, that's just huge news for Mullen Automotive. So that's a great testament, huge milestone achievement, and it's just a matter of implementing that and just rolling out the vehicles. Now, I just wanted to share with you Mullen Automotive stock, the tide has turned. Okay, so this is from the NASDAQ.com. While we know that this company is still not out of the woods yet, it appears that the tide has turned for the stock. Now, the question is, will there be like a short squeeze coming up, right? It's very possible that it can, because based on the technicals, it's showing that the bulls are gaining ground here, right? And that there's a growing possibility for a sharp pop in share prices. Of course, there's always going to be risk involved, right? Now here, just based on the article here, I mean, it's really talking about how the bearish signals are beginning to fade away, and it's beginning to favor the bull market now. I believe this is an era where electric vehicles stocks do very well, because over the many months that we've seen, it's been a bloodbath, right? It's been just shedding down, and I think now's the opportunity for the bulls to eat while the bears hibernate and await for spawning season till the salmon comes out, from my perspective. Now, based on just what this source data is saying, is that the company has until March 6th to get its share prices above $1 or risk delisting from NASDAQ. So we know that there's that expectation to reach beyond the $1 without having to go through that reverse stock split. And just based on market sentiment, we have just a huge number of volume of shares traded with Mullen. And just with the recent news, I really think that this company can just blow things out of the water because of the information that it's just been sharing. And one of the catalysts, as you can see here, it has to do with the iGo production in Europe, right? That's big news for the company overall. And with the deals for Elm's asset, the acquisition of controlling interest in Bollinger and the plant in Tunica, have it set up to begin production of the Class 1-2 vehicles in Q1 of this year, and to launch additional production lines in Q2. This catalyst is compounded by an existing order for 6,000 vans from the Randy Marion Group and a recently announced trial at LAX that could result in another several thousand pre-orders. As you can see, there's lots of catalysts unfolding here based on the article here. And one thing I wanted to share with you based on this article, the technical outlook, Mullen on track for 3-month high. The technical picture has Mullen on track for a 3-month high. If the market can reach that level, a little above 47 cents, the short covering may pick up speed in this scenario and move up to 60 cents and maybe 80 cents. Maybe next, that would be the next leg up. If good news follows soon, a move to $1 is not out of the question. And I've been making prior videos where I'm forecasting the price target can reach the $2 range. Of course, there are risks associated with investing. It's just that there may be a short squeeze coming up very soon. So that's my key takeaway. It's gaining traction here, right? We're seeing the consolidation, and I'm thinking that U-shape's going to be coming, or a very significant spike up. So there you have it, right? It's just not my analysis. In fact, this is coming out from Nasdaq.com as a source as well. And as we look at just the year to date, it's doing very well. But when we zoom out, it's still underachieving here, right? I mean, 1 year forecast, it's down by about 80% in terms of performance. But what goes down will eventually go up, and I definitely think this is a great opportunity to consider making a move with Mullen. $2 is not out of the equation, and I'm forecasting that will happen in the year 2023. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate you hitting the like and subscribing to All I See Is W. I appreciate you all watching. Please leave your comments and questions down below. Thank you.